Watch us live stream at twitch.tv/Inez27. Live stream times are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. And please support my eBay store by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on the icon, and purchasing some playsets and singles. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 Return to Ravnica block draft. Pack 1, pick 1 here. We've got Hallowed Fountain as the rare, which is worth a few tickets, but there's definitely better stuff in here. Rot Farm Skeleton's pretty good for the Golgari or Junk strategy, either one. Sin Collector, very good Orzhov card. Zertod Druid, also very good. I think the Zertod Druid's actually the best card, but my favorite colors to be in are black, white, and red. So I kind of want to take the Sin Collector. It's also more rare. Zertod Druid's probably a better card, but Sin Collector is still very good and very strong pick, so I'm okay first picking it. Okay, pick 2. Tide Drinker remains on color, cuts Orzhov. There's also Blast of Genius, which I'm usually obsessed with, and Maw of the Obsidian too, which is a very good card, but I'd rather have the Tide Drinker. I'd rather have the Extort. Notion Thief's interesting. Maze Abomination's good. Let's take the Tide Drinker. I'm okay with that. I like him. Alright. Can take a second Sin Collector. There's an Obsidian's Aid, which is kind of cool. I'd rather have the second Sin Collector. I could see that being more devastating. So let's take that. And yeah. Cutting that Orzhov. Best we can. Alright. Here we could take the Thrashing Mossdog. You can stay on color. Take the Boros Mastiff. Mastiff's a good little 2-drop. Armored Wolf Rider's pretty good too. We could take the Selesnya Guildgate. And then that way we can easily go, or not easily, but more easily go into junk. I kind of like having the 2-drop, but it's not like I need a Boros Mastiff. I don't necessarily need a Thrashing Mossdog yet. Like, I'd rather get the fixing first. Let's take a Guildgate. I like being open for some strategies. Alright, here we can take the Fatal Fumes, or the Boros Mastiff, or the Ubulsar Gatekeeper. I mean, this Gatekeeper is one of the best ones. Right alongside the white one. Mastiff is a 2-drop. It's a little bear. There's usually more you find in the next couple packs. Let's take the removal. Actually, Fatal Fumes has been better than I initially speculated it would be. Okay. Down and Dirty is like the worst of those dual cards there, in my opinion. I like the Maze Abomination quite a bit. Mara Tandris is cool and all, but she's not that good. Let's take Maze Abomination. Turns these guys into Death Touchers, makes sense. He's also very good on his own. Wow, third Sin Collector? You know, why not? I mean, potential 2-for-1. See 3 of them. It's like creature plus take a removal, see their hand. It's a cool spell. I've never had 3 of them before, so it's interesting. Let's take the second Maze Abomination. I mean, if you look, we have all multicolored creatures and Maze Abominations. Really not that bad if you think about it. Okay, we can take the Rot Farm here. The fact that that tabled's a pretty good sign for junk. So, and I actually, Rot Farm is surprisingly good. Could take the Selesnya Cluestone or a third Maze Abomination. Maybe a third Maze Abomination is unnecessary. Let's just open ourselves up for some junk. I mean, Selesnya Cluestone's fine. I mean, I don't mind the third Maze Abomination. It just seems a wee bit unnecessary. I mean, he's very good. And we're likely to not play the Cluestone. Well, let's just get the fixing. I know that seems weird, but I'm just not sure I need a third one. 6-drops usually aren't that hard to come by. And I want to diversify a little bit if I see some better ones, you know. Let's take the Wake. If we're in junk, we could get some token producers. Not likely. None of these cards really matter. I'm not likely to play Maze Sentinel, but whatever. Drown in Filth. I don't think that card's very good. I haven't played it yet, but it's just sort of the way I felt about it. Protect is actually playable. You don't have to be able to play serve, but protect's fine. +2/+4. It's not great, but it's a trick. The high toughness boost is surprisingly good. So far, I mean, looks like we're reasonably well set up for junk. Just snipe some Orzhov picks out of this pack and then snipe some Golgari picks out of the last pack. Should be able to make a deck. Wow, Lord of the Void. This guy is very good. It's also Edict. Triple black. I mean, if I pick up enough Orzhov cards here, I may not even have to splash. Is he worth it? I mean, he is extremely powerful, and he's going to end the game. And I feel like getting to 7 mana is a little bit easier. We have a Clue Stone, too. We're in green, potentially, so we could be playing Axebane. I could set up for that. Edict is really good, though. I really do like Edict a lot, but this guy, I mean, he's a mythic, and he's very strong. He only has to hit your opponent like 2 times, and they're dead. Prism's cool, too. And True Fire's insane, but I think I'd rather do the green route. I mean, True Fire is really insane. And I'm only, like, really one card. I mean, I have the fixing for it. That's kind of the thing. Let's take the Lord. Okay, wow. That's insane. Get past a Wrecking Ogre. After I pass the True Fire. Jeez. Assault Griffin's still really good. I'm happy to take it. Urbis Protector's really good too, but we're already kind of good on our late game. I like Assault Griffin. Okay. Now we can take Pit Fight, which really isn't that great with our guys. It's good with the Maze Abominations, though. And we could get more creatures still. Pit Fight's just a really strong card when you can play it. There's also Slaughterhorn, Executioner Swing, maybe a little more playable. Viscopa Confessor is actually quite good, too. And it's Extort. It's kind of cool with because you can take lands from it, too, so we could just have hand disruption creatures. This one has Extort, too. Are we more likely to table the Confessor? That's a question. Or the Swing. I usually like to get some more Extort if we're in Orzhov. So let's take the Confessor. Might seem strange, but it's a decent card. All right, well, we got a Swing anyway, which is kind of cool. I'm going to take it over the Dutiful Thrall. Jeez. My favorite combination, too. I mean, at this point, it's like, if they're going to pass this Boros Charms pick 5, I may just finally dip into red. I don't know. I guess I'm just holding out for the last pack so I can do green. Let's just take the charm anyway. Otherwise, it's like Corpse Blockade, which I guess does work alongside the Axebane strategy, doesn't it? But Axebane's just fine on its own, whatever. Let's take the charm. Charm works with Axebane too. Yeah, but I guess if I have to see the Axebanes first. Aerial Maneuver is probably fine with the Sin Collectors, especially if we know what removal they have. It's pretty good with the Tide Drinker too. Midnight Recovery, I guess. It's also Naturalized for sideboard. Let's maybe want that. Can be useful. Jeez. Alright. Let's take a Gargoyle. Getting cut hard this pack. Transport's playable. It's not great. Alright, I guess we're hoping for that Golgari in the last pack. See some Scavenge or something. I mean, we have 22 playables currently. Our fixing's not the best, but we'll see. Yeah, so maybe we'll see some Axebanes. That'd be cool. Okay, Slum Reaper, Dagger Drome Imp. You know, Slum Reaper's actually pretty good. The Sin Collectors too, after they already do their job. I like that. I like Dagger Drome Imp a lot too, but Slum Reaper's cool. It's actually like removal. You know, a little removal. Wow, Dragmanglers. If I'm gonna take one, I'm gonna take the foil one. There's also Centaur Healer, which is good. I feel like I like the Dragmangler more. I want that Scavenge. Scavenge is so good. Centaur's Herald is good too. I'd rather have the Mangler, I think. Give me a little more time to fix. It's crazy that both in the same pack. We can start cutting stuff. Let's probably cut the Mending Touch for now and the Wake. Doubt that's happening. Probably Boros Charm's getting cut. Protect may still make it. Gargoyle still may make it. Alright, we've got Knightly Valor in here. We've got Stab Wound in here. Both of those are excellent. There's also Indrik, Launch Party, Long Legs, tons of good cards. Stab Wound's straight up like removal or pseudo win condition. I think Valor's a little more over the top. This deck needs some more strength. I like it. Giving this guy Vigilance would be sick. Buffing this guy. A flyer. Kind of feeling the Knightly Valor. I really like that. I mean, I like the Long Legs too, but let's take the Valor. I mean, it's not wheeling. I know how good it is. Familiar's playable. If I can remember to use it. I think I like it more than Roustabout. I mean, it gets bigger. It gets Death Touch with the Maze Abomination too. It's a flyer, so it gets in there. It's easy to extort off of. Maybe wheel the Deviant Glee, but we'll see. Apparition's fine. Golgari Gilgate. I think we want that for sure. Get a little more fixing. Wow, Beastmaster's really good too. What buff do we have? We have Aerial Maneuver, we have Protect and Serve. We have Knightly Valor, which is just sick with him. Ugh. Wow, Beastmaster is very good. I think we have to take the Guildgate. We have a lot. I mean, this is like a deck right here anyway, and I just really, our fixing is not that great right now, so I gotta make it better. I really did want that Wild Beastmaster. Wow. I'll take a second Knightly Valor over the Key Rune and the Predation, both of which I'd like. Let's cut the Drown and Filth. I don't think that's making the cut. Sluiceway is very good. Trustani's Judgment is cool. Justiciar is good. Let's get the Scavenger. I feel like he's better. A little redundant with the Maze Abomination, but whatever. So we'll take the Scorpion. We'll probably cut the Gargoyle. Guess that makes sense. Sultai's decent. Courses Accord's a good card. Aerial Predation, just good, you know, sideboard card. Maybe we have enough late game already. So the Predation, good sideboard against flyer decks. Really does do a lot. Courses Accord's very good too, though. I mean, we already have 15 creatures, and we have these things. I'm going to take the sideboard Predation. I don't know if I was going to main deck the... we got another one. It's also Stonefair Croc. It's a 3-drop. What am I cutting? Maybe we don't need the Shadow Slice. We don't have a ton of evasion. You know what I mean? We just have the Assault Griffin and Lord of the Void. So we can hide the Shadow Slice and probably do the Stonefair. Courses Accord would be better, but we already have 2 6-drops and a 7-drop. It's going to be difficult if we have too much. We don't want to be too clunky. Pyro Convergence. Wish we could play that. Avenging Arrow is actually pretty good. Deviant Glee did wheel. I don't know how great it is in here. Maybe we want the Grizzly Salvage for a little more fixing. And we have a couple Scavenge. Alright. Digs for stuff. Soul Tithe is actually playable. I may put this in the deck. I kind of... This card's deceptively good. It can be really annoying against decks that are really trying to like push out a bunch of creatures and aggro you down. Turn 2 Soul Tithe can really put a damper on that. And even doing it on like a 5-drop late game can be a big deal. It's definitely pseudo removal, but it's playable. This deck's pretty interesting. I mean, there's a lot of value in it. I think probably not playing the transport. This is 23. 15 creatures. Wow, you know, this might not be that bad. Maybe the Grizzly Salvage can be swapped for something better, like a Soul Tithe, but I do like the fixing. My removal suit is a little bit low, but I guess Slum Reaper's pseudo removal. Yeah, removal's not the best, but it's not horrible either. Couple Guild Gates, nice. The Cluestone's good. I guess I wish the Cluestone actually fixed for Lord of the Void. That'd be nice. Still think he's an insane card. 7/7 flyer. Can be pretty crippling. Can I make the Soul Tithe work? Or do I want the Grizzly Salvage? I mean, we're still splash green. It's Dreg Mangler, Croc, Rot Farm, Sluiceway. Probably don't need the salvage since green's like our splash. So let's take the Soul Tithe instead. Something else to do early. Turn 2 Soul Tithe, turn 3 Sin Collector. Not the worst. Yeah, okay. So we already have a couple green fixers, which is nice. Wait, Protect and Serve? Okay, I can do that over a Soul Tithe. I'd rather get a buff spell. That's more useful in my mind than a pseudo removal. Okay, so I already have a couple green sources and this. I can probably get away with 2 maybe. Maybe they suggest 3, but we don't need blue. If I do this, it's 7 black, 7 white, or 8 white, 6 green. Maybe we do this, and then there's 5 ways to get green. And we don't need it super early. So as long as I have 5 ways, I'm probably satisfied. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I need the black for Lord, you know? I really do. I need to see 3 of 8 black sources to even make him possible. Does sound difficult. I mean, if I get him, though, he is super strong. Like I said, I really wish I'd gotten different Cluestone, I guess. Golgari one. I'm going to try it. That's okay. Alright. This deck looks alright. Junk value. Nightly Valors look pretty nice. Alright. See you around 1.